We are looking forward, and most important for us and for him is that the Justice Department, as we look ahead, is independent, makes decisions of their own accord, including their review of any investigations or judicial steps that have been taken.
Can I do a follow-up?
Thank you. Okay, I think we're about to conclude it here, but because it's my second day, let's take 2 more questions. Go ahead in the back.
Attorneys.
Yes.
Is the president going to listen to the pardon attorney? President Bush told President Obama that he should use the pardon power early on. But we know that, that the pardon power has been in disrepute in the last week because of President Trump's pardons.
In disrepute.
Is President Biden going to try to use the power quickly? Or, I mean, you said judiciously. What's his take going to be?
Well, judiciously, and I'm not saying you're conveying this, but just for clarity, is not meant to convey speed. It's just meant to convey how he approaches it. As you know, he has a long history on judicial issues, having served as the chairman of the Judiciary Committee many years ago. But on day 2, I don't have any prediction for you in terms of how he would use a pardon attorneys or the role, but he has great respect for and value for independence, as you know, and for the role of the judiciary and the independence of that role. Okay, last actual question. Sorry.
I appreciate it. And I'm going to bounce off stuff here of conversations that may or may not have happened. Can you tell us, has President Biden spoken to the Fed chair, Jay Powell? If he hasn't, does he have any plans on speaking to him at any point in the near future? And generally speaking, how does the president view the stewardship of the Fed chair during this economic crisis?
I don't have any calls to read out for you or to predict for you with the chairman of the Federal Reserve. He
I'm going to run an ad after it's over.
Of respect and value for the Federal Reserve and the role they've played historically, given he nominated the former chair to serve as the first female Treasury Secretary. But I don't have anything more for you. I can venture to get more for you from our economic team. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay. On that note, it's top of the hour every hour where we do a 60-second ad break. I skipped the one. I skipped the one at 1, so apologies for that. I had to run it again. So we're back to our hourly ads. You can skip the ads by subscribing, or by using a VPN, or by using an ad blocker. You can subscribe for $5, or you can subscribe for free with an Amazon Prime account connected to your Twitch account, which gives you 1 free Twitch Prime that you can use on your favorite broadcaster. And then we are going to motherfucking Hogwatch, baby. And then after that, we are going to watch Andrew's Vice Docs too when we get to the React stuff. So let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Hogwatch is back on the market, boys. Let's go. Actually, first order of Hogwatch business is going to be the hoggiest of hogs, Lindsey fucking Graham, Lady G. Let's take a look at what he had to say on Fox News, trying to blame Nancy Pelosi for the riot.
And the question that needs to be asked of Speaker Pelosi, regardless of the reason people came to the Capitol, how could an unarmed mob 20 years after 9/11 occupy the House and the Senate? That, to me, needs to be talked about a lot, not just during impeachment, but afterwards. How could it be 20 years after 9/11, a group of unarmed people could literally take over the Capitol during a joint session of Congress? I'd like to see what she says about that. And the question...
Yes. It's actually the lack of security is Nancy Pelosi's fault, and not like the people agitating.
Stand down impeachment. He could say to Speaker Pelosi, President Trump is in Florida. I'm ready to move on. It's time for the country to move on. His refusal to do
Graham
that
of South Carolina, outgoing head of the Senate Judiciary
This
Committee.
is watch the whole thing. God, Lindsey Graham looks like shit, dude.
Senate Budget Committee. Great to have you here this afternoon, sir, and welcome to America Reports.
Thank you.
I'll start first on the Amazon story. If it does turn out that Jeff Bezos and Amazon put politics...
Bro, conservatives don't give a fuck about, like, people getting vaccines. They don't give a fuck about anything. They just care about a perceived slight against Donald Trump. Like, that's literally all this article is. That's all this fucking... that's basically what this news story is. Like, Amazon is biased. Amazon is a liberal corporation. Amazon loves the Democratic Party, and they hate the Republican Party. Look at the optics of this. Look at the optics. They're literally just fucking... I mean, this is another extended way of owning the libs, by the way, which is, you know, we don't really care about vaccine delivery. Clearly, Trump administration did not care about vaccine delivery. Like, a month down the line, it's going to come out that, like, someone from Amazon actually formerly, like, or previously approached the administration, and the Trump administration just said, like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Because Jared Kushner was dealing with it. And we're not even going to talk to, or I mean, we're not even going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, this is how it goes. Okay? Some Amazon employee was like, yeah, we should probably reach out to the fucking Trump administration for vaccine delivery. And, you know, Jared Kushner was like, yeah, no, we got this under control or some shit. And no one on Fox News will cover that piece of information. But right now, then why didn't Amazon offer help a month ago? Why didn't Amazon offer help a month ago? That's when the fucking vaccines came out. I'm sure someone was already approaching the Trump administration too, though. I'm not even like, you're just making up a story. Yes, I'm saying that in all likelihood, that's probably what's going to happen, as it usually does in these sorts of fucking bullshit manufactured fucking outrage stories. The vaccine came out recently. Okay? What do you want? I don't even give a shit about Amazon. Amazon's trying to do this not because of goodwill, but they're basically trying to farm fucking clout. And also on top of that, make money off of it if they can. The vaccine came out as Donald Trump lost. Okay? So even if Amazon was like, we are not going to work with the Trump administration, there is a very understandable reason why they would probably wait for the upcoming administration to help with the delivery processes, considering the fact that there are numerous articles so far that have come out about how incompetent their fucking vaccine delivery has been thus far. But all you give a fuck about is a perceived slight against Donald Trump. It's the dumbest fucking story, but it's a story that comfortably creates these very well-defined teams, okay? That's why everyone is like so excited to talk about this shit. Will you get the vaccine when available? Yes.
Ahead of public health, should there be some sort of accountability there?
I don't know what kind of accountability you would have, but let's ask.
Like, if you want to, I'm sorry, guys, but if you want to fucking enforce accountability on Amazon for, I guess, waiting for the transition to happen until they offer services to help with vaccine delivery, then what are you going to do about the accountability of the previous administration? Like, what a dumb fucking question to ask Lindsey fucking Graham of all people. On Fox News of all news broadcasts. Like, now you want fucking accountability for vaccine delivery? Well, where was that accountability when Donald Trump didn't purchase more doses of the vaccine? Where was the accountability then? Where was the accountability when when Donald Trump literally was like, yeah, don't wear a mask. Masks are for pussies. Look at Joe Biden wearing a mask for like the first half of the fucking pandemic. Stop doing that pussy ass both can be bad bullshit, okay? Like, no, there is no both sides are bad in this, okay? Suck my fucking dick. No, there is no both sides are bad for this. Like, stop. Just stop. Stop it. I'm sick of this shit, okay? I'm sick of this bullshit. Stop being a fucking annoying liberal. And being like, whoa, we got to look at both sides. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Look at both sides of what? They're very clearly trying to manufacture outrage.
Ourselves the following question. Is Jeff Bezos friendly to the Democratic cause? Yes. He owns the Washington Post. Yeah, I think
you're being the liberal? Well, how am I being the liberal? The fuck are you talking about? I mean, fuck Amazon. But this is very clearly another like instance of manufactured outrage. I'm being a liberal for I guess not subscribing to whatever kind of frenzy the conservatives are trying to whip up now, as though they gave a fuck about vaccine delivery or even mask distribution and delivery when they could, when they had all the power.
It's pretty bad that if they had this capability, they should have shared it with the Trump administration. Here's what I think. The drug companies had the vaccine. They knew it was going to work days before the election. They waited to after the election to announce it. I think if it had been a Democratic president, they would have announced it before the election. I think...
hey, guys, remember when you said, Hassan, you're making stuff up? Where are those people who are saying, Lindsey Graham, you're making stuff up? This entire story is made up because it's speculative. You just said, Hassan, you're making stuff up, like Amazon never reached out to Trump. I said, they probably did. It's going to come out that like in a couple months or so that like Amazon actually did want to approach the Trump administration and then either neglected to do so because of their demonstrable incompetence and lack of care, as we have seen time and time again, or you're going to fucking find out that they did and Fox News is never going to cover it.
Amazon's doing is pretty disgusting. If in fact they could have helped the Trump administration and they chose not to because they don't like him, that's not a good moment for the Amazon company.
And we know the drug companies provided their own explanation for why it took those long days. But Amazon doesn't seem to, when Fox News reached out to them, be providing clear explanation of this. Senator, you have been intimately involved in the past administration. What so far has been your communication with the Biden administration?
Not much. I talked to Tony Blinken, the Secretary of State nominee, who appeared before the Foreign Relations Committee, and I was stunned. He said that China is involved in committing genocide against the Uyghurs, a minority Muslim population in China. He believed that Iran was the largest state sponsor of terrorism. So he gave very candid answers, but that's pretty much been my contact.
Senator, let's move on to impeachment, because it looks like an article of impeachment will at some point be going over to the Senate from the House. Nancy Pelosi saying earlier today that it would go over, quote, soon, and also saying this about calls to not have a trial in the Senate. Listen here.
I don't think it's very unifying to say, oh, let's just forget it and move on. That's not how you unify. You're going to get a get out of jail card free because people think we should make nice and forget that people died here on January 6th.
Obviously, Senator, what happened there in the Capitol building on January the 6th was horrific, but now we've moved on to a new administration to go back and try to have a trial in the Senate purely for the reasons of making sure that President Trump can't run again for federal office. Is that worth potentially jeopardizing this grand unity that President Biden is trying to achieve, or at least says he's trying to?
Oh my God, they're such predictable scumbags, dude. Listen, guys. First of all, I let me just say, fuck this unity bullshit regardless. Okay? Yeah, suck my dick. There's my unity, okay? You either want to suck it or you don't. But you can unite to suck my dick, or you can just fucking cry about it. But secondly, like, they're such little clown asses. Like, they're not trying to unite with us. They're not trying to unite with us. Like, what the fuck do you mean? No, you unite to do what's right, okay? That unity doesn't mean, like, we're going to do wrong things. Unity is supposed to be unite with us to do the right thing, okay? The hilarity here is, like, impeaching Donald Trump. The hilarity here is that impeaching Donald Trump is a bare minimum that gives Republicans an out to say, yes, we aren't the Donald Trump party. Look at us doing the right thing here. But they don't even want to do that, because why should they do that? There's no punishment for them. There's no accountability for them. Why the fuck would they ever in a million years do the right thing when no one is forcing them to do it? As a matter of fact, there is a punishment for doing the right thing. if you do end up working with the Democrats, then you could potentially get primaried by the psychotic Trump hogs. Which is why this call for unity is so stupid to begin with, and why I've been against it and have been, getting angry at like the Biden administration offering an out or offering a counterpoint to so many of these Republican hogs over and over again to say, look, they don't want to unite, so we're just going to fight back. Like, bitch, you were going to fight back anyway, and you didn't want to unite anyway.
Well, that'd be up to Nancy Pelosi. If she sends the articles over under the law as it exists today, the Senate will drop everything and we'll move to a court of impeachment. And my hope is that we will do this quickly if the articles come over. It shouldn't be drug out. There's not a whole lot of facts to be discussed. You know what happened. You can make up your own mind. I think the unconstitutional argument is persuasive. I'm hoping a Democrat or two will believe that impeaching a president out of office is bad for the presidency, bad for the country as a whole. So my hope is that if we do get the articles of impeachment, that we move forward quickly. We're not going to do two things at once. We're not going to enact the Biden agenda in the morning, impeach President Trump in the afternoon. If the articles come to the Senate, we will focus on them exclusively. I look forward to making the argument that this is unconstitutional, and we'll see what happens.
Real quick follow-up on that, Senator. Do you mean no witnesses, no evidence? Do you mean that quickly?
That'd be up to the presenters. If I'm the Trump team, I don't know if you need any witnesses here. My belief is that what the president said at the rally is not incitement under the law, that the people who defiled the Capitol made a conscious choice to do so. They should be held accountable. And the question that needs to be asked of Speaker Pelosi, regardless of the reason people came to the Capitol, how could an unarmed mob 20 years after 9/11 occupy the House and the Senate?
Yeah, we should impeach Nancy Pelosi, actually, for not personally being able to kill Trump supporters who were walking in unarmed to the Capitol. That's what who's really at fault here, ladies and gentlemen? Not Trump for inciting a riot, but actually Nancy Pelosi for not doing enough to defend these sacred halls. What an incredible fucking take, dude. What an incredible fucking take, dude. Yeah, shift responsibility away harder than Hillary Clinton did after 2016. That's what this is.
That, to me, needs to be talked about a lot, not just during impeachment, but afterwards. How could it be 20 years after 9/11, a group of unarmed people could literally take over the Capitol during a joint session of Congress? I'd like to see what she says about that.
Senator, some Democrats.
Oh, never mind. Actually, we didn't wait. We offered the Trump administration assistance on vaccines. Oh! Built new tools for researchers and public health authorities, engaged in Operation Warp Speed on logistics, and advised on testing and flu and PPE from China when America needed it most. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind, dude. It already came out. Oh, so I was right. That this was a totally made up story by Fox and Lindsey Graham to like literally manufacture outrage around a complete nonsensical issue. Wow, that's so weird, dude. Hey guys, I'm sorry for not immediately taking on what I've seen in my experience as a broadcast for the past 10 years. Fox News creating a fake story out of nowhere. No, I'm not going to ban those who doubted me. Why the fuck would I do that? I don't want like an echo chamber of that kind. I do want like people with racist and horrific worldviews that are harming others to be banned, but I'm not going to ban people who are like fucking doubting me. But it's really stupid, and you should probably fucking check yourself with how quickly you jumped on that. How quickly you fucking jumped on that very clear manufactured outrage. And then also, on top of that, started even launching accusations that I was like defending Jeff Bezos because he's my boss. Some of you just love the narrative, okay? You build narratives in your head, and you'll take it from whoever will feed you information that pleases your biases that you have. Immediately go to the next step and assume, like, you know, I had bad intentions. It's impossible for socialists to be biased. Yeah, good one, dude. Reminder that your boss did this. I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% Lizzo's biggest fan. Ugh. Well, do you really believe the corporate overlord monopoly of Amazon to tell you the truth? I believe that Amazon's going to want to make money and win PR brownie points wherever they can. That's what I believe. And it would make no sense for them to fucking pull back from helping the Trump administration. I believe that Amazon and those who have the interest of Amazon's profit margins feed funds to both sides, to both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. They don't hold back. There's no fucking partisanship bias when it comes to capitalism, you dumb fucks. When something doesn't make sense, of course, I'm going to point it out. Assuming that, like, Amazon, a massive corporation like Amazon, is somehow going to have like partisanship and a partisan bias, centrist arc, really? It's centrist to say actual factually correct information that corporations funnel money into both sides of the fucking party because ideologically both parties are pro-capitalism? That's centrism? Really? Some of you are so fucking brain dead that you hear the term both sides and immediately go, oh, this must be a centrist. That's a Pavlovian response that you have. You are nothing but a dog-brained person if you legitimately hear both parties acting in a similar capacity to defend capitalism. And you think, oh, this is centrist. And then you fucking turn around and you say, oh, I was just pretending, dude. There's a possibility of partisanship bias if in capitalism, if enough ideologues are in executive positions. Used to be a conservative, but is now neolib. Yeah, I know you're a fucking brain dead delusional moron, so you don't have to telegraph that you used to be a conservative, but you're now a neolib. Okay? The ideological predispositions are towards capitalism and defending your profit margins, you dumb, neoliberal, brain-dead, delusional moron. That was the same fucking moron who originally was like, maybe Amazon is siding with the Democratic Party, by the way. And instead of shutting the fuck up, an exercise that should at least give you a little bit of humility, you follow through and say, well, enough executives are, if enough corporate executives are actually on one side, like there could be an ideological bias or there could be a partisanship bias. You read his message wrong, dude. Oh. I'm sure he'll have plenty of time to retort. But I thought he was saying that it used to be conservatives who were ideologues, but now it's the neolibs. It doesn't matter. They make money. Neoliberals are conservative. Okay? All they give a fuck about is making more money. This looks good for Amazon, regardless of whether they're working for Donald Trump or whether they're working for Joe Biden. They are not going to withhold aid just because, they have a bias towards one party over the other. Okay? The only bias they have towards is increasing their profit margin. That's it. That's where I was operating off of when I said very likely that Fox News is just making this story up and that we will very soon find out that Amazon actually did offer help to the Trump administration.
Joe Biden jumped the gun a little bit today. He got sworn in at 10 minutes to noon. I don't mean to nitpick, but does say noon according to the law. But anyway, here's a bit from today.
Damn, dude. Fucking owned. Fucking owned, dude. I don't mean to nitpick, but I'm gonna nitpick because I do mean that. Maybe that's why he didn't get arrested. He did it 10 minutes before, so all of a sudden, boom, you cannot, all of a sudden, boom, can't arrest the president. Yeah, he did it on purpose. That's why the Q predictions fell apart. Tech ignorant Antifa.com attacks jump from a proud Islamophobe to Brent Bozell, Newsmax, and Fox News. Anybody can buy a URL and redirect it to another site without that site owner's permission.
Up on the World Wide Web, type in Antifa.com, and you know where it takes you this morning?
Where?
Takes you to the White House.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting. You know, our country is
That's so funny, dude. I mean,
so divided.
this is one of those instances where it's like, are they doing this on purpose? Are they being purposely ignorant and they know better? Or are they just plain dumb and they don't know better? It doesn't really matter. They're just fucking boomers. They probably don't know, but...
And yesterday you had...
Like, what's the take? You think the fucking White House is like, yeah, we're Antifa, baby? We'd love it. That's why we redirected it to the White House, to Antifa.com.
A lot of people that were excited about Joe Biden winning. You had people that were heartbroken when Donald Trump didn't win and to see him walk out. And then you have these groups that aren't happy, it seems, with either side. So our country's got to come together.
Interesting.
Yeah, TruthTellerEagleFuck.net takes you to the Hasanabi broadcast. How's that, liberals? Exactly. Exactly. I'd fucking hope the White House was Antifa, but of course we all know it. Anyway, literally Amazon was talking to the CDC last month. Alert 3, best cities in live. Alert, 3 best cities to live in smashed a couple windows last night. Okay, we're done with all this. Anyway, let's keep going with
Democrats are
Lindsey
accusing
Graham's dumb
Republicans
bullshit.
of giving reconnaissance tours to people in the days ahead of the
Right.
riot there on Capitol Hill. Congressman Steve Cohen accusing Lauren Boebert, Republican of Colorado, of doing that. Let's listen to what Cohen said and then what Boebert said.
We saw Congressman Boebert taking a group of people for a tour. Now, whether they were people that were involved in the insurrection or not, I do not know.
These claims are just ridiculous. It's part of a laundry list of conspiracy theories that the Democrats are heavily involved with.
Congresswoman Boebert, Senator Graham says that she was showing family around, and Congressman Cohen, you could barely hear him there, but he says whether these were people that were involved in the insurrection or not, I do not know, yet they're throwing these accusations around.
This is so dumb. Also, Lauren Boebert literally believes in QAnon. She's like a QAnon sympathizer. So for her to talk about fucking conspiracy theories is really funny. Oh yeah, we'll talk about Ted Cruz's Pittsburgh
Yeah,
line in a
Congressman
second.
Cohen from Tennessee has been a very destructive voice in all of this. He basically accused every white member of the National Guard of being a Trump supporter that had to be checked out in terms of their ability to defend the Capitol. I want to thank the National Guard and all those who made the inauguration safe and flawless. If I were her, I would sue the guy for slander and make him give a public apology. I can't think of a worse thing to say about a fellow American than they were in on the effort to defile the Capitol.
Senator,
I would never say that unless I had really rock solid proof.
real quick, with the a few seconds that we have left, you've seen the number of executive actions that this new president is taking in the first couple days of office. What concerns you the most that you've seen him do so far?
Well, he doesn't have the ability or doesn't have the will to stand the left down. These executive actions, I think, are going to make us less energy independent. It's going to hurt the economy.
I can't think of a worse thing than to say that Congressperson Lauren Boebert incited riots or had anything to do with those riots that took place on January 6th, then literally Lauren Boebert's own words leading up to that moment, and also the day of, and also during the fucking hog insurrection. Like, literally during, dude. Like, yeah, that guy is going crazy. Okay, the other dude, I forget his name, Cohen. He's just, yeah, he's grasping at straws. There's no reason to, because like the truth is already there.
But that's a political debate. President Biden could, by picking up the phone, stand down impeachment. He could say to Speaker Pelosi, President Trump is in Florida. I'm ready to move on. It's time for the country to move on. His refusal to do that shows me that he really doesn't have the ability or the willingness to unify us, because that would be a layup. So I believe that Republicans are going to unite strongly around the idea that this is an unconstitutional effort to impeach President Trump.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. Yo, fuck the Constitution, dude. Okay, so Senator Ted Cruz, of course, said by rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement, President Biden indicates he's more interested in the views of the citizens of Paris than in the jobs of the citizens of Pittsburgh. So there's a couple really funny parts about this, which is that, one, these guys are fucking so stupid that they think like the Paris Climate Agreement is just about Paris. Like, does he think the Paris Climate Agreement is just about about the views of those in Paris? Does he think that the Paris Climate Agreement does not impact the citizens of Pittsburgh in positive ways? This agreement will do little to affect climate and will harm the livelihood of Americans. So that's really stupid. Seth Rogen says, fuck off, you fascist. And Senator Ted Cruz got in his fifis There's a long history of Pittsburgh having like horrible air pollution. You know, things that the Paris Climate Accord and numerous other green energy initiatives would and pacts would address. So that's additionally hilarious. Like, because Pittsburgh is an industrial town, so it used to have a lot of fucking problems with its air quality. So that's kind of funny on top of everything else. It's barely industrial anymore. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. The mayor of Pittsburgh supported the Paris Climate Agreement. Keep my hometown's name out of your mouth. It goes to show that how little Ted Cruz knows about Pittsburgh. He still thinks a gray, smog-filled city toiling away under steel mills and refineries instead of a green city revitalized around medicine, academia, and tech. So that's the other irony of it. It's that like Pittsburgh itself is no longer a steel city. Maybe he just hears about Pittsburgh Steelers and he thinks like, well, you know, they're still doing steel out there, you know. But the Steelers. So, like, every part of this is idiotic, but that won't stop this fucking baboon from getting 70,000 fucking retweets. I guess 17,000 of them are like legitimate retweets, and then 50,000 of it is just quote tweets. But then Seth Rogen says, "Fuck off, you fascist," and Senator Ted Cruz is like, "Oh, target acquired, folks. Another liberal elite, another liberal elite." Making fun of me by using bad words. Where is it? He it doesn't even know how to fucking quote tweet because he's such a moron. Such a despicable fucking moron. Where is it? I can't even find the fucking... He just takes a screenshot of Seth Rogen's tweet and thinks he's like putting him on blast. Where is it? Oh, it's on his other account? Which is Canadian infighting, by the way. But, yeah. So AOC said, "Nice tweet, Senator Cruz. Quick question. Do you also believe the Geneva Convention was about the views of the citizens of Geneva?" Asking for everyone who believes U.S. senators should be competent and not undermine our elections to incite insurrection against the United States. So Ted, old Teddy boy, gets butthurt, goes to his personal account to screenshot the response Seth Rogen had. His charming, civil, educated response, Seth Rogen. "If you're a rich, angry Hollywood celebrity, today's Dems are the party for you. If you're a blue collar, if you're a union member, if you work in energy or manufacturing, not so much. Hashtag jobs matter." So what I find to be hilarious about this is that, Ted, when have you been blue collar, you motherfucker? And also, is the Republican Party pro-union now? Because I must have missed that memo. Like, Ted Cruz has personally been in opposition to unions. So what is he talking about? Oh, I'm pro-union now. Let's take a look at Ted Cruz's scorecard on the AFL-CIO website. His 2019 scores at 6%. That's lower than the average Senate Republican. And his lifetime score is 6%. As in, he is literally completely in opposition to unions and unionization, in completely against unions and unionization in the American Senate. Bernie Sanders in Pittsburgh versus Ted Cruz in Pittsburgh. Ted Cruz just like Andrew Carnegie, a jag-off. That's Bernie in Pittsburgh. No, non-union made bumper stickers. What? What does that even mean? I don't understand. That doesn't mean what he said isn't true. Don't be that stupid. Wait. No, that literally means what he's saying is not true. That literally means what he is saying is not true. Ted Cruz is living proof that if you have a Republican next to your name, Texas Republicans will vote for you because the man is insanely unlikable. Click on the tweet below. Wait, Oh, they mean the bumper sticker he's hawking is not union made. Okay, I got it. I understand. Yeah. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, even beyond not using union made products that he's selling, even beyond not using union made products that he's selling, but there is so many components to this that's idiotic that a lot of leftists engage in too sometimes, and it really fucking triggers the shit out of me. One, Seth Rogen is a fucking unionized worker. Two, Hollywood is more unionized than most fucking manufacturing jobs. As the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees correctly points out and says, hey, Ted Cruz, have you forgotten that Hollywood employs thousands of middle-class union behind-the-scenes workers all over the country? Do not speak for us ever again. The only folks who can speak for are the terrorists who stormed the Capitol on the 6th of January. The very idea that Hollywood and union members are mutually exclusive categories erased our entire existence. Given Mr. Cruz's sudden interest in the issues facing union workers, we look forward to his support for the Protect the Right to Organize Act. Seth Rogen is in the Writers Union. He's in the Screen Actors Guild. Like, it's so fucking dumb to say like, oh, well, you're rich, so you're not a part of unions. You don't know how this works. Like, this is when Republicans do this, I expect it, okay? Because they're so fucking stupid. But when lefties claim like, well, someone who's a part of, someone who's making a lot of money can't be a part of a union, you're like, you're so fucking brain dead, dude. The whole purpose of fucking unions is to make sure that you get a larger percentage of the goddamn profits. And you're literally fucking claiming that someone who gets a larger percent of the profits that they fucking generate is now no longer a part of a fucking union or working class. That's the point. Anyway. So, moving on. Moving on. Senator Ted Cruz claiming that he is pro-union is laughable. The Democratic Party is not as pro-union as it once was. Okay, because they're pro-capitalism and capital owners, just like the Republican Party is. But even then, Republicans like Ted Cruz are such horrific fucking monsters. Like, uniquely horrific. That them saying that the Democratic Party is not pro-union is laughable. The Democratic Party literally looks like communists in comparison to Ted Cruz, okay? Here's the Bernie scorecard for comparison. The average Senate Democrat is 100% on board with every fucking initiative these guys put out, partially because some of these unions are already like they're already fucking diluted, and the initiatives they put forward oftentimes aren't even like, you know, what is the 2%? I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it might be police union related, maybe. Who knows? My dad's a blue-collar union mailman who got fucked by Trump making Amazon deliver their own packages rather than sending them to the USPS. A lot of Texas Republicans use education and biggish words as a reason why he's a good senator. That's terrible. No shot average Democrat is 100% right. No, of course the average Democrat is 100%. Because a lot of the fucking bills proposed by because every fucking bill proposed that is pro-union is proposed by a Democrat. That's how much the Republican Party is anti-union and how the Democratic Party is pro-union as it stands in the United States of America. And the reason why like some people's union support looks lower than others is because that's how the Democratic Party controls unions in the way that, like, not in the way that Republicans claim that they do, but unfortunately in a way that, like, sometimes they put out neoliberal bullshit. So no revolution, just shut up and vote blue? What? I'm not saying shut up and vote blue. You're wrong, though. How am I wrong? Where's the revolution, brother? You got a revolution? Why don't you revolutionize this dick, okay? We'll revolutionize some bitches, bro. Why do lefties in the chat always seem to hear stuff no one said? Bro, this motherfucker comes in just to talk, just to get people to follow him on Instagram. I'm gonna ban you permanently if you do that again. Anyway. Read this for the guy who asked about the finance industry. Tell him to get a Fed job if he can. There are a lot of right now due to COVID relief, and it's a low barrier of entry. It's good in terms of our econ too. Anyway, as I was saying, you'll never guess Ted's AFL-CIO score. I will guess it. It's 6%. We just looked at it. The average Republican is 17%. His lifetime score is at 6%. His 2019 score is at 6%. Anyway, so that's the point, is that Ted Cruz is just aesthetically acting like he's on board with the unions. So I'm gonna actually add to my original quote tweet. on Ted Cruz, that AFL-CIO score. I should have done that last night. Where the fuck is it? Average Senate. There it is. Rand Paul is 0%. That's the high score, baby. No, the hog high score is Rand Paul at 0%, apparently. Are you saying that if you're a part of a union, you're automatically a Democrat? No, but I might as well say that. I mean, because no matter what I say, you're just going to hear what you want to hear regardless. I never said that, but it doesn't matter. Like, it literally does not fucking matter. I might as well just make up more shit, to be honest. Fuck it, dude. Have a conversation in your own mind about the things I have been saying.
So I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 I'm out of here. Bye. Bye-bye. Okay? Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Bye. Thank you very much for coming. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Go have a good day. Bye. Bye. Bing. Bing. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Okay, this is fucking sleeper. My favorite one is, if I lose, you'll never hear from me ever again. I hope that's a promise that he keeps, honestly. He's not a man known to keep his promises, but I really do hope. Trump supporters are gathering for his final trip to Mar-a-Lago as president. Let's take a look.
Hours as president aboard Air Force One, bound for Florida, then riding in a motorcade to Mar-a-Lago and Palm Beach. WPTV News Channel 5's Matt Cesny was along the Southern Boulevard route with his supporters.
Along the 2.5 miles from the airport to Palm Beach, many admitted feeling happy and sad at the same time.
It is a roller coaster of emotions.
The Patriot Sisters, as they call themselves, came here from Orlando to show support for Donald Trump in his final hour as president.
I mean, I'm only 20, so this is, to me, my new America.
They lined the sidewalk of Southern Boulevard with signs, flags, tricked-out cars. There was even a pickup truck that played loud music. And there were all the Trump merchandise that his supporters have worn for the last 4 years.
It's not happy because he's leaving the White House, but we hope he'll be back.
We're going to move on. We're going to get not give up our fight. We're going to not stop fighting for our country, because that's what this is about. It's our country.
As the presidential motorcade drove by, then still President Trump waved from the window of the limo. The crowd loud and peaceful, except for some shouting over a heckling Biden supporter. Loser! Loser! The majority of the crowd, while shoulder to shoulder and face to face, also didn't wear masks.
When somebody legislates, masks are mandated with consequences, I'll put the mask on.
Without the masks, the...
Wait, based. Cool. Sick. Okay. Got it. I'm happy that it's like... For him, it's like... He's at least like setting the terms. You know what I mean? He's basically saying like... He's basically saying like, I'm a hog. Like, I need to be punished. Come on, Daddy, punish me. That's what he's saying. Daddy Biden, give me that punishment. Give me your punishing cummies, Daddy. Sure.
Smiles showed, and a hope, they say,
Fucking pain pig.
they have not seen the last of Donald Trump.
I know he said in his speech today that we will see more of him, but I don't know what that means. So I'm very curious. Curious might be the strongest emotion I feel today.
The now former president settles back into private life at the now former winter White House of Mar-a-Lago on Palm Beach. But no one, especially his supporters here, expected to entirely be a private life. In West Palm Beach, Matt Cesny, WPTV, News Channel 5. United States.
I can't get enough of that Ted Cruz shit, dude. I gotta go back to that for a second. Okay? I gotta go back to that Ted Cruz take. Because there are so many dumb fuck lefties out there who like listen to these fringe ass fucking podcasts that have declared themselves like the post left. Okay? That listen to like Red Scare and shit. That actually fucking would look at what Ted Cruz is saying and that interaction with Ted Cruz and Seth Rogen and like side with Ted Cruz if it wasn't for fucking literal Ted Cruz saying it. Or fuck it, just the sound edgy, they probably would even agree with Ted Cruz. Those people are dumb as fuck. Okay? I'm sorry. You are dumb as fuck if you don't understand if you do not understand how any of this fucking works. Okay? People can say that they're lefties and then end up constantly and consistently fucking saying, you know, Josh Hawley is so based. Tucker Carlson is so based. Like, you're not a fucking lefty. Okay? You're not a progressive. You don't even understand the Marxist values you supposedly espouse. If you find yourself agreeing with dumb fuck populists who are literally advocating for dumb fuck positions for dumb fucks like you to get on board with. Okay? He's just a reactionary with extra steps. All right? That shit triggers the fuck out of me, dude. Like, I'm a lefty, but I watch Champagne Millionaire. What do? Yeah, exactly. You're a fake lefty, I guess, because you watch me. So you're not a real lefty. Like your friends Kyle Kalinske and Ken Klippenstein were doing because of them checks? Or, well, take it one step further. Say Bernie Sanders, too. Yes, you're right. Passing legislation with Republicans that'll be helpful is actually bad. That's what I mean. No, that's not what I'm talking about, you dumb fucking moron. If Josh Hawley was literally saying we need Medicare for all, I'd be like, that's great. That's a great idea. Is that what I'm saying? Is that the exact same as saying like Ted Cruz is right that like when someone is a Hollywood millionaire, they no longer are capable of fucking understanding unions and their benefits, or that when someone is in Hollywood, they're bi-coastal elite and they're not workers. Yes, if you have a production company and you're hiring people, in that capacity, you are no longer a worker. If you're an actor and you make your money off of acting, you're literally just you're in a union. You're a worker in a fucking union. If you're an athlete, it's the same fucking thing. So many people just like unironically hyper focus on the aesthetics. Okay? And that shit triggers the fuck out of me. And lefties, some reactionary leftists do that too, or supposed leftists do that too, and it's so fucking stupid. Can you please talk more about the dirtbag left? I mean, it's dumb. The dirtbag left is what? I'm a part of the dirtbag left, supposedly. Like everyone and anyone is a part of it. There's like people who call fucking, you know, everyone a PMC and shit that are just so stupid. There's like a lot of people at Stupid Paul who think like being pro-worker is when you, defend the N-word or something. That's what you're doing. If X person says something wrong, it must be wrong because it's that person saying it. Dog.